All right. Well, I did the intro this time.
That was a very good intro.
Thank you. That's $1.3 million. That's
a big number.
The biggest FPS.
So it was to date the biggest FPS tournament in esports history off of prize pool. Because I know somebody will be out there and they'll be like, that wasn't the biggest tournament. It had less viewership and less whatever. But by prize pool, you can look it up. It was the biggest.
$7 million combined. Winner.
7 point something, yeah.
1.3.
And fun fact, I think it is the ninth biggest tournament as a whole.
Well, would people? I guess it's team FPS, right? Because Fortnite.
With the only, yep. No. Fortnite's not an FPS. It's a third-person shooter.
So that's true, I guess.
But in terms of esports tournaments as a whole, it's the ninth largest. The only ones which were bigger, obviously Dota 2, the Fortnite World Cup, and there might have been one league tournament in there. I might be wrong on that.
Who knows?
Don't
Who cares? $1.3 million, huge check.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It arrived. Who do we need to thank? Was it?
We got to thank the handler for Zenith.
The handler for Zenith.
Andy.
Well, thank you if you watch this, Andy.
Shout out to Andy
for sending this, and it was excellently packaged.
Well, when we had it, because we won it, and they're like, all right, good luck with this, and we're like,
Godspeed.
We can't take this on a plane. It's just going to get bent. So I just left it. The handler was like, hey, if you give me a couple extra bucks, I'll take care of this for you. So I was like, all right, that sounds like a deal.
Do you reckon he tried to cash it in?
I doubt it.
Was his name Andy Soniqs?
No. But no, I got here in one piece. I'm surprised all the way from.
I mean, it's a pretty thick check.
Cost a couple $100 to ship it, but.
Hey, well now we have matching. We got all of it here.
That is true.
All in one place. Well, while we're still on PUBG, I know this will come out after the week first week tournament is finished. Last night, Soniqs popped off 51 kills or something.
Thursday night, we're recording. Friday. Yeah.
So we're recording this Friday. So obviously we play in like 3 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So obviously we'll just pretend that we finished third or fourth or fifth. Oh man. Or we won. Yay. Who cares? I care. So yeah, but honestly, watching the one thing I'm just going to point out straight away, PUBG is PUBG Studio looks amazing.
I didn't know they were going to be back all in house like in Santa Monica.
Great. Nope, me neither. And it looked
cool,
epic. To the guys over there working hard, obviously. To all the talent, even though none of you voted for the Soniqs to win, it's like
shame.
It's like Comard, Toffees, Poro. Somebody, I mean, thanks for not voting for us, I guess.
True, we won't get cursed like TSM.
They won group stage. I told them they incited the curse. But yeah, no, look great. They had the trophy room there. I bet if you want to loan the PGIS trophy,
we'll let you borrow it.
We just charge shipping and handling fees. If you want us to send it out there, we still have the chest that it came in.
That's true.
So yeah, but no, look great. Poro's segment, I think Poro's got to be the great. I think Poro should be working for Pixar soon with his voice acting. Is absolutely legendary. But a start to the new format. Viewership was high. Viewership was at 6K, I think 6-7K last night, which is good.
I assume that'll be higher too come week 3.
Yeah, I assume so too. It's definitely growing. That was only on Twitch though, so obviously not YouTube and whatever else it was being broadcast on. Games were definitely different. I think we've seen the winner chicken dinner format definitely changed the way a lot of teams play. A lot of teams playing more central, not play. I think not trying to get kills early, not really.
Yeah, the edge camping.
Yeah,
stuff like that's a little bit different now.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes for the rest of it. I mean, we're solidly in first place after the first day, so and the top teams are all near the top.
More or less. Yeah. Well, SSG and
they won TSM. The last game, so they're in there.
That is true.
So so we'll see. Like I said, it's definitely great to have PUBG back and see the South American teams doing well too. The Trogladitas fragging out.
They almost beat us in that one.
Yeah, they got dropped Tig like a sack of spuds. That was fun. But yeah, I mean, we can't really talk much about PUBG in this episode just because we're filming in between. Yeah. But we do have some exciting org announcements that we came out.
We have a lot to go through.
Ooh.
I don't know which one you want to start
I don't know who runs this organization, but he's been doing a bang-up job lately.
It can't be you.
Now I'm switching back to player. I'm going to become a player on the Valorant team. Dog Zero can do it. Why can't I?
That's true.
You know, Dog Zero can make their general manager a player. I want to be a player. I'm going to add the player salary to my salary.
That might be the only way you will get verified on Twitter is if you become a player.
Why would you? I completely forgot about that. That's crap. In fact, before we even go into the organizational stuff, I want to talk about that Twitter.
No. Everybody's been complaining about it.
Well, you should have got me verification a long, long time ago.
Sure.
I mean, Zach from Dog Zero bought in Rob from X Ghost Gaming. Checkmark the next week. I bring loot 2 years later. Nothing.
I got the brand account.
What's Zach done? Zach's not won anything. Where these are my titles.
And now you can buy a house in Vegas. Now you have an actual way to get verified, an actual process that you can go through, and you still got denied.
Yes.
So me and Super, think I would have been able to do it any better.
Me and Super both got denied.
That's funny. I'm surprised Super didn't DM me after he got denied.
No, so me and Super filled it in, and we have multiple articles on us, especially like Super's got loads, I've got a load.
Yeah.
And we both got denied. Kansan literally sent a video of Super announcing him, a link to a video of Super announcing him onto the Soniqs roster.
I didn't realize that.
And he got verified.
I definitely think because when the verification process got relaunched like a month ago, they did say, I have no idea if this is true or not. They did say that a person.
So they allegedly said.
They allegedly said a person. Well, they did say this, but I don't know if it's true or not. They said that an individual person reviews every single verification request that makes it to whatever that stage.
So I know what's happened here.
So I think either that's just wrong, or they have. It's kind of like when you apply for an esports visa and you have.
That's what I was about to say.
Exactly.
We had the agent.
The agent is like, "What is esports? This is not. You can't get a visa for this." Yeah. So I think it's probably the similar where it's just luck of the draw.
But the verification thing says esports.
Yeah, but then
surely the person who reviews those case. But anyway, just a few more funny cases. Tristan T. Carell, our Rocket League player, he literally just put our website's link in.
Well, that's what maybe you needed to.
And he got it. Shock.
Yeah.
Same team.
Season 9 MVP.
Season 9 MVP. Didn't get it. His brother, who's not a player, who's a coach, like freelance coach, he got verified.
That's what I mean. It's just random. So at least they let you reapply every 30 days. So.
World champion.
Hey, I haven't even had the option to even attempt to apply.
You're a social media. So. You're the head of content.
Hey, there's been some creatives getting verified.
Who?
So there's recently an editor for TSM got verified, and like a social media manager. I forget with.
If you get verified before I do.
I'm sending it in.
You know Super will find you.
I'm gonna send it in.
I'll find it funny for a little bit.
It would be very funny.
Because Super will be in it.
I still don't have the option in my settings to even apply for it. So.
But anyway. Twitter. Like, I mean, honestly, I used to care about being. I don't really care that much.
It's just, I don't know.
It's
just whatever.
Hey, I'm partnered on Twitch.
That's the only check mark you need.
That's the only check mark I need. Yeah. And I got a LinkedIn profile.
Big. That's huge.
Can you get verified on LinkedIn?
I'm sure there's probably. All these social media sites have to have verification.
I'm not verified on Instagram. I've never made a TikTok in my life.
I think, I need to try and get our brand verified on Instagram. I think Instagram's probably just as hard as Twitter. I mean, I could ask if, I'll figure it out.
We digress. I'm not verified. Other people are ridiculous. People who have achieved nothing. I'm joking.
Well, speaking of Twitter, you should make sure to follow both of us on Twitter.
Specifically, post.
I have lost. Add our name.
Right here. This is how we know if they're watching it.
If they're actually watching the edit, yeah. If they don't, then just. I guess you won't be able to find us.
No, you don't have to follow.
You know where we are.
Luke's tweets are just boring.
I tweet once a month, and I lost 2 followers this week, so I definitely need some juice.
I stay up too late at weekends drinking bourbon, tweet out,
at like
and then
4 a.m.
and then delete it at 6 a.m. when I wake up. 7 a.m. I'm like, oh shit, what did I tweet that for?
What did I say?
It's got like 4 likes. I'm like, oh fuck it.
Well, yeah, if I don't get above like 5 likes, I just delete the tweet. I'm like, well, this was a failure. I can't let anybody else see this tweet.
Yeah, get it out of there. Right, okay, so org announcements. Back into Soniqs news before we move into. Obviously, we announced our multi-year deal with ViewSonic last week, which was awesome.
Huge.
Long time in the making. Super happy to be working with those guys. Those guys are going to be helping us outfit all of our new projects. We've announced one of them. We haven't announced
one of them. Does that mean there's more?
There is multiple.
Oh my goodness! What a tease!
Why are you acting shocked? You know exactly what.
I got it for the clickbait.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had announced the LAN center that we're building here in Harrisburg. It's going to be about 20, 25 setups. Small LAN center with merchandise store, place for the public to come in and play, do local events, and some, we can do some classes and workshops. I think it's going to be, something.
I think it's cool.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the feedback that we've got so far is overwhelmingly positive. We're right next to, obviously, our good friends over at Harrisburg University. Yeah. They're going to use it. The deal with ViewSonic is really helping us, achieve those goals. They are bringing out a new line of monitors soon. They've sent us some great monitors already. I stole one myself.
I'm gonna have to yoink one.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah. I mean, they're great. So obviously, anyone watching, if you are in the market for any displays, television. I think they do television. I think they do, don't they? Mm-hmm. But definitely they're gaming monitors. If that's what you're into, or any display needs, check out ViewSonic. Amazing. We were going to put a monitor up on the desk.
But players using it.
But yeah, one of our players literally yoinked it today. So there you go. And obviously the LAN center is going to be incredible. Can't wait. Should be ready in
tomorrow. A couple of hours.
3 months.
That's pretty good.
That's crazy to think about, isn't it? 3 months from now.
Well, when I was in Korea for PGIS and we went into like the local town, there was what they call a PC bong, which is basically a LAN center. There was like 4 in one block. It was insane. And we walked in one, and it was so cool. And I was like, I wish like this was more of a thing in America, because when I was growing up, heck, I would still go in and use one if there was one local. It's just a cool setting to go, especially if you have like friends or something.
People don't like going outside.
Well, you're inside.
Yeah, but you got to go outside to get there.
Yeah, you have to go outside to get it back inside. Yeah. But no, I was like, man, this is cool. So having one in Harrisburg, I think that's awesome.
Well, you're not gonna. Well, you might not be in Harrisburg.
I don't know. You might be firing me, shipping me off to
Siberia. The country beginning with X, according to Tristan. That's another thing. If you haven't, it should be released by now. But you haven't already, go check out the YouTube video of TSM versus the Soniqs in a PUBG in a trivia quiz. It went about as well as you could expect.
Yeah. So in other words, it didn't go well. Hey, we won though.
Hey. Spoilers. Yeah, we won. Just. Okay, so what else have we got to talk about today on this beautiful rainy?
It is rainy.
What day is it? Friday.
I mean, so we touched on PUBG. We touched on ViewSonic, the new LAN center that's coming. I guess what's our next favorite topic? Rainbow Six. Season starts.
The special. It's not even the Rainbow Six segment. It's the Dark Zero.
Yeah,
segment.
in which case you vent about Dark Zero because they live rent free in your head.
No, I'm not going to. I don't vent. I'm not venting. But yes, we have all the rosters have been locked. The changes have been made. Season kicks off next week.
SSG's face first.
So now we can finally talk about SSG. We knew beforehand who it was. What do you think of the pickup?
I think it's probably the best that was available for them.
Yeah.
Other than Grixer.
Well, he wasn't available. That's the difference.
True.
No, we knew it, and obviously I did say, I guess I jinxed, as I said, I hope we don't get SSG first.
And then we did.
We did. But I mean,
maybe it's a good thing. Maybe they'll be less practiced. And
maybe. But I think SSG, I'm going to stick with my guns. I think they're going to have a big season. They've got a hot team there. I guess the only question mark would be last season they did really struggle on executing.
Yeah.
They were a bit slow, and they don't. I don't know. I don't think Hotton was an IGL, so they're still going to have the same IGL issues, I think, maybe. But they were playing with Luke, so maybe they slowed it down for him because he's obviously not a professional player.
Sure.
So my gut is telling me that SSG are going to be quite the force.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, there's no reason why they wouldn't be. So.
Yep.
And unless this is personal lack of performance.
Beast Coast picked up Bio. I know there's been I don't really know as much as the players, but a lot of the Reddit analysts out there. My heart says they're gonna have fragging problems.
Beast Coast.
Yeah. They're gonna have. They didn't really have like that gunner, and they didn't really replace Ghost, who was their entry, with someone who was that.
As Bio's a support player.
He was IGL, wasn't he? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But we'll see. Like I said, I don't want to say it's not going to work. I think we'll just have to wait. But I think most predictions, and even the prediction video we did, people had Beast Coast finishing last place. I think that seems to be the general consensus across the board. If I was a betting man, I would probably agree with that. But then again, we've been wrong before. Who else was there?
Dark Zero.
Well, we'll hit them last.
Okay, yeah, that's its own separate segment.
We'll hit them last. We got DP Fire for Disrupt Gaming. I don't think I don't really watch.
It's somebody I've seen on Twitter, but I don't really know their skill set.
So I don't know. I think Disrupt had a good core there.
Coach Kev.
Oh yeah,
That's big.
Kevin's back.
I'm glad that Kevin has made his return in some significance to. I was hoping he would become like an on-air talent, and he mentioned it to us last year when he was here that maybe he would be interested in doing that at some point. But
I'd love to see the.
I think you'd have a good personality for an analyst or something.
I mean, I like the analyst. I mean, I'm not going to bad talk the analyst that we've got now, but for me, I would love to see if you could see like, I think the analysts that we have, do a great job. But like the fact that you've got big personalities like Kev.
Yeah.
I'd love to see. Well, he's not retired yet. I'd love to see Lauren, like Goddess. Imagine Goddess and Kev were analysts. That could be funny.
Yeah.
That could be real. And I think that, or even have their own segment, because they have personal
That's
connections.
actually really smart. If they did a segment with pro players, like for former pro players.
You got loads of them out
there. To break down plays or something. Yeah.
Fly out Canadian, fly out, Kevin, fly out Goddess,
Pengu.
Yeah,
that's a genius idea.
Well, I'm just full of ideas. But I think that people who have like personal connections with the players, it would be pretty funny. Even if it was like a weekly YouTube segment or something, I think that would be.
Yeah, it wasn't even on broadcast.
I think that would be great. But yeah, I'm not sure. Disrupt. Who did they drop? They dropped Mark, was it?
I think so.
Mark the Shark. And I think I might be wrong, but Mark was one of their better performing players, according to something Super said, I believe. So we'll see. We'll see. Mark just seems to be having a poor up and down. He seems to be getting back in, and then he's back out, and then he's back in, he's back out. Yeah. And he never seems to be performed that poorly, or like he's not like he's shocking. He's like he performs admirably.
Yeah.
And he's not setting the world on fire, but he seems like a decent, solid PL player. So hopefully he finds him. I'm surprised that wouldn't have been a target of Beast Coast because Mark's more of a gunner than Bio, but maybe they're doing some role swaps. I don't know. Who else made changes? Xset they bought in. It's on the tip of my tongue. Razor.
I don't know how you remember all these changes. I see them come across Twitter all the time. And some of them I know ahead of time, but like
it's my job, Luke.
I just can't.
It's my job to know.
There's so many teams, so many players. Let's look.
It is Razor.
Okay, yeah. Their current roster is active. Drip. Yep. Creators was the one they brought on. Yeah.
No, Creators was not one.
No. Razor. Okay. I'm even looking at the thing.
You literally have it in front of you. I have no info on that. I think they were all CL players.
Yeah.
Again, one of those. I think Xset's got.
Isn't their coach new, Jarvis?
Yeah, Jarvis has been back as coach too. Again, I mean, I think Xset will have an improved. Will probably have a little bit of an improved season. They just seem to be one of those teams for me that are so. It's all you want to use the word like emotional. They play on like. They get themselves hyped up. You've seen how Thomas gets. Thomas gets like really fired up. But yeah, they started to look stronger towards the end of the season. I expect them to come out and do.
I said one of the
Nice voice crack there, by the way.
They can add to that.
Don't.
I said that one of the teams that would have a bounce back or surprising new season would be XN, along with SSG. Obviously, I think.
Who else made changes?
We didn't. No.
We didn't. TSM didn't.
Does TSM make a change though if this next season goes as
Wasn't it reported on Reddit that Geo visa issue or something? So they're actually playing with Pojo this phase. Was that on Reddit? I think it was.
Maybe.
So if that's true,
yeah,
that could throw. I mean, Pojo's a good player. He's only been out for a split, so that could
I think you're right. I did hear something. I don't know. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but
that'd be crazy because then that means the Oxygen and ourselves 1 and 2 haven't made any changes, and then and then 3 was Mirage. They lost arguably their standout player.
That's a big loss for them. Hot and Cold going,
and they replaced him with Quartz, I believe. That was the change, which I believe played for them in Canada. They just were waiting for a visa.
Yep, of course.
So let's see how he does. But then again, I remember, I'm not sure. I think back to when we played like that Canadian roster. Remember when it was online, and they kind of got dumpstered. So I think it got dumpstered, but it wasn't very close. It was like 7-2, 7-3 or something. Which I guess you could say is dumpstered. But then they go, it seems to be. They seem to have blown hot and cold back then. Now they've blown hot and cold by letting them to go to SSG. Now they've got the star players gone. No, we'll see. I mean, I don't know the details behind the SSG move. It seems strange that you would think that Mirage wouldn't have wanted to let Houghton go. Maybe
you think they would do everything to hold on to him.
I'm not sure if he was on a contract for one phase or whatever. I guess we'll never know. But it's SSG I think have picked up. Their quote was they believe Dark Zero made a massive mistake by letting him go, and hey, if they got Houghton for free.
That's huge, yeah.
Or if they bought him out, I don't know. I guess we don't know the publicity of the deals, but if it was you'd think they either paid a lot of money for him to get him from Mirage, or they got him for free.
Yeah, one or the other.
Because if you're thinking, if you're Mirage, it's like for me, if someone came to me and said, "Hey, I want to buy one of your players." Now I've just finished second place. What's the goal of every organization in Rainbow Six Siege? To get to SI.
Yeah.
Right. I'm second in NA and SI points, which is very, very important. There's only 2 more phases, so that means massive leap up against the people who finish 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So if I get rid of my best player and then I finish last, or 6th and below, 6th and below, I'm not going to make SI from finishing 3rd. So if somebody came to me and was like, "Hey, I'll buy your player out for," even if it was like something big like 50,000, would that be worth trying to find a replacement for those 2 other phases and costing yourself SI?
Yeah.
No, would be my quick answer.
Tough decisions.
I don't even think it's a tough decision. I just think it's a no. One of our Valorant players is walking around. So yeah, I'd like to think that something. I wish we could have these deals like come public, so we could be like, we know what's going on. But it's a big catch for SSG. I think they gotta.
Yeah. Okay, so.
I wasn't finished.
Okay, continue.
I was going to say, I think they've got a guy who's very fired up right now and is going to be, well, yeah, he's going to be very, very hot. And then obviously, as you were about to say, I'll allow you to segue into it.
Well, I was going to ask, we'll do that at the end of the segment. Dark Zero, the only team you haven't mentioned yet.
Just going to light up my.
You didn't see behind the scenes, but. You didn't see how long it took you to get that thing to work.
Well,
while we were setting up this.
You didn't charge any batteries.
I'm pretty sure the batteries were charged.
You didn't have a screwdriver.
How am I supposed to? I'm the social media manager. You think I have a tool bag?
You demoted yourself now?
Okay, well, I'm the content, social
head
media,
head of content.
Whatever.
This whole room we're in and all its things, all its tools and its equipment. Don't you kick that camera, Chris? And part of this tool should be one of them should be surely a screwdriver. but I got it fixed. But this is my question box when I think someone does something questionable or I'm confused.
Okay. What are you confused about?
Well, let's just talk about the people that they brought in. So they brought BC back as general manager / player. I think they found it. They had that meme on Twitter about getting to change his bio, and he's now changed it. It's a former GM / coach.
Yep.
Okay, this is ridiculous. Every time
it's a jungle gym trying to walk behind the camera.
We sat here for 2 hours, and not one of those Valorant players left the room. As soon as we press the record button, there's 2 in 30 seconds. Go away.
They gotta get their water refills.
Yeah. They bought. So I think it's funny. He changed it to just play a former GM / coach player. And then obviously I think everyone was confused. Everyone was confused who the fifth. Not confused. Was speculating who the fifth was going to be. The names getting thrown around like NVK. I think everybody thought it was going to be NVK.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, I saw somebody on Reddit, like NVK's mom, liked a tweet or something. And everybody's like, oh, this means he's going to Dark
Moms
Zero.
on Twitter are the best.
Yeah. It's
like Intero's mom.
They have this guy's mom on notifications are on, just
Great.
stalking her every move, just to figure out what her son's going to do.
And then completely left field, Panbazoo.
I don't know.
Again, I'm not going to say it's a bad move, right?
Next week you're gonna say it's a bad move.
No, I'm not going to say it's a bad move because the kid could be nuts. I mean, as I said in the previous podcast, Dark Zero could come out this phase and be the best Dark Zero you've ever seen.
Well, they held open trials for this spot. I'm sure they had hundreds of people slide in their DMs, and if this was their choice out of all those people, then there must have been something special about our guy Panda.
You say that. You see, that would be, I would say, would be the average thought. It's like of hundreds of people.
The normie take.
The normie
okay.
take. The
normie
Reddit.
take.
The Reddit.
Let me see the 5-head take.
Yeah, this is where me, from my point of view, would come from it. Right. So they had open trials at 3 weeks. Yeah. There's no way you can try people out that amount enough.
Who knows how many
cross section of people out in 3 weeks to make what I would call a safe decision. Now, just because it's not a safe decision doesn't mean it won't work. It may work. This kid could be absolute hyper 3.5 and come on and nail everything down.
The next Pingu.
Yeah, maybe whatever, right?
Yep.
But could they do it in 3 weeks? I would have said it, if I was a odds man, I'd say it was probably I had to be more of a rushed, this is the best that we can get player. I was expecting a phone call for some of our players. You
desperately wanted them to call you, didn't you? Just for the meme.
But I'm leaning towards the more of it's a needs must appointment. Again, I will gladly eat my hat, which I am wearing today, if I'm wrong. But I think Dark Zero, it's a big turning point for them as a team and an organization right now.
Yeah, I mean, they've made some controversial / risky roster moves before, and this is important because if you want those SI points, like you mentioned, every team wants to make SI. Now you only have 2 stages left to get to qualify. You can't, you need your roster changes to start working now to make it this year.
Well, in the overall scheme of things, we know when we joined, everyone's always said Dark Zero are an absolutely fantastic esport organization. I don't think anyone can. They everything they do, they try and do to the best of their ability, right? And they've invested heavily into Rainbow Six. We've seen the facility that they have in Vegas. For a team that invests that heavily into the singular game that they're in, what do you think their goal is every year?
To win.
To win SI.
Be as best as they can.
Yeah, to win SI. The amount that they've probably put into this scene, they should be, I would think if it was me in that situation, and I don't know the amount of money in, but I can assume that the house wasn't cheap. I can assume, I know that their players are some of probably the better paid players in the league, and the facility that they have, and everything that they've done, they've never done it, cheaply. They've never looks like they tried to cut costs anywhere. They do everything, like I said, to the best, which is great. But with that amount, if I had invested that amount of money into a game,
You want wins.
You want to win a world championship. I invested more money than anyone in North America in PUBG.
Nice. And like what you got?
I got myself the world championship, right? So this is, for me, is the big risk for them, because if they don't make, like, if this roster change doesn't work, they have set themselves back at least 12 months.
You think so?
At least. Mm-hmm. Because they're going to have to go through, right, if they have a bad phase 2, what players are they going to be able to find?
For stage 3.
Because if you're, say, because really, if you're Dark Zero right now and you want to put yourself in an SI winning contention, the players that you're going to have to be looking at are your Rampies, your Boss, your Fultzes, your Dolos, your whatever it may be, the top, the Grixes,
your Supers.
Yeah. Super's like genius. Don't get me wrong. I'm just doing that to try now. I think Super's the best. But if your idea was to win a world championship, they're the sort of players that you probably gonna need.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're not gonna come cheap.
No.
And not only are they not gonna come cheap, they're not gonna leave a team that's going to SI to go to a team that isn't.
Right.
So this is,
in that case, Dark Zero must win stage 2.
Not win, but they have to
perform well.
They have to be top 4.
SI points.
They have to be top 4.
That's what you think?
Have to be.
Anything below a top 4 for them is a failure.
Anything below top 4, they would have to win phase 3 to make SI. I would think.
True.
Same with SSG.
Yep.
And same with TSM might be able to. TSM would probably need another top 4. Mm-hmm. Or win phase 3. But that is when you look at it compared to the Canadian SSG situation, which one would you think are in a stronger position now? You're going to say SSG, right? They've picked up the second best player of this phase, brought them into a team that's already got caliber, pedigree, whatever, and won. 4 of the 5 that won SI a couple of years back.
Sure.
Compared to bringing back a player who's not played 2 years, who was your coach and general manager, and bringing in an unknown.
Yeah. Should be interesting.
I'm worried.
I'm excited. Worried. I'm not worried. I'm excited.
No, I'm not worried for me.
Oh yeah.
I don't have I'm not. I've just started my journey in Rainbow Six. My job isn't to start winning SI yet. If I want to start winning SI, that's when I'm going to really, I would love to win SI. That would be, but that's not our goal. Yeah. Right. Our goal is.
Well, I feel like I might be wrong on this, but I feel like as an organization, your primary goal can't just be winning global championships. Like there needs to be something more behind it, because that's just so hard, and there's so many variables that go into it that if you're relying on the success of the organization tied with winning things, I don't know, that just doesn't sound smart to me from a business perspective.
It really comes down to the scene that, right? So when we joined Rainbow Six, the Rainbow Six was already established. You've already got teams set up with the best players, right? So you're not going to come in and start winning championships straight away. Whereas, you compare that to our North American PUBG team. We expect to be winning or very much in contention for that North American championship every time it comes around.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you got...
But, I mean, we didn't go to PGIS and think we have to win this.
No, absolutely no. Yeah. PGIS was a bonus, right?
Right, exactly. So that's why, if you're a Rainbow Six team, you can't think, we have to win SI this year.
I would say...
Well, I mean, you can think that, but if you do, I feel like that's just not a smart business.
It depends. Again, it certainly depends, because if you looked at SSG, you would say SSG TSM, their yearly goal is to win SI.
Sure.
Surely that
or at least I guess get close,
you got to have, if you're one of the top teams in a division, or you should have the lofty goals of because it's not like SI. We can't really compare PGIS and SI, because SI is like something they qualify, is like a much smaller tournament for a start, and a completely different game, obviously. And the format is different and whatnot. You had more chances of coming back and winning in PGIS, whereas SI is just like a knockout. But you've got to think. I would think that the top 3 teams in North America, which on paper you would say would be SSG,
TSM,
Dark Zero. They're the orgs that are probably investing the most amount of money, I'd say. Again, I don't know, but that's just what I would think, because they have the best players, and normally when you have the best players, they come with the highest salaries.
Yeah.
You know, that's just me, you know, taking a stab in the dark there. So they're the teams that probably want to be in and around it every year. I'm sure TSM wanted to win SI this year. I'm sure Dark Zero wanted to win SI this year.
Sure.
Right? Or at least be very, very close to it. So that's, I mean, that is my worry with, you know, I think some of the, like TSM are fine, no roster moves. SSG, that theirs was kind of forced on them. I think they've came out what on paper very, very well. They've picked up a very, very good player. Obviously, we don't know the details of the deal, but I'm thinking SSG should be pretty confident in that team now. And then, like I said, Dark Zero at 3 is like you've brought back a player, and you know, and an unknown, and that to me is you know, if they, I don't know if they finish top 4 this season, you know, or they finish bottom 2. If they finish bottom, like what do you do? You know, it's tough. It really is tough because there's been so many changes made, and like I said, if Geo's not playing, you know, TSM going to be as strong as they are. You know, is it going to be the Oxygen SSG at Sonic show? You know, because for the team, or the Oxygen and the Sonic show, because we didn't make any changes. Right. I don't know. It's just a massive question mark for me. I'm worried. I hope it works out well for everybody. Obviously I'm friends with it. I'm just worried that those moves may be a little bit. I can't imagine that I think the best way to say it, I can't imagine they think they would have thought they'd been in this position 6 months ago.
No, probably not. Yeah.
So
there you go. All right. Well, we'll segue out with week 1 predictions for Rainbow Six.
So you wanted to talk about week 1 predictions. You read out the matches to me, and then we can say who we think's going to win.
All right, here are our week 1 predictions for stage 2 of R6 NAL. We'll start with the first match of the day, Disrupt versus TSM. Who's winning it? That could be a close game.
TSM 7-3.
You think so? I think it's TSM's been shaky.
TSM 7-3, 7-4.
I think TSM 7-5. You got Coach Kev behind the team. Disrupt, Stonks are going through.
TSM are looking good right now.
All right, next we got Dark Zero versus Mirage.
I mean, this would have to be a game that
you hope to win if you're just
if you're Dark Zero, it's a must win. I'm gonna go Dark Zero 7-5.
Okay, yeah, 7-5 sounds good. I'll take that. Okay, next we got the Slugfest. SQ versus SSG. Are we starting off the day 1-0 in the stage 2 or not? What do you think?
I think Soniqs overtime.
Soniqs overtime. I can't not say Soniqs because I'll get fired. So I'm going to say Soniqs 7-5.
7-1.
7-1.
Absolute blowout.
All in, baby. Absolute domination. Grixer finishes with 20 kills.
Hot and cold.
Super goes
blown away.
Super goes positive.
Okay.
Big day. Oxygen. Last game of the day. Oxygen versus Beast Coast.
Oxygen. 7-2.
7-2.
Yeah.
I think so too. And then play day 2 is June 16th. I don't know if we want to do those.
Is that the day
we don't
after?
play that. We don't play that week.
No, but we should still do it because we probably won't record until
week 1. This is
we should probably keep this. We should probably keep a record of this.
We could.
So we know who. Maybe we could do that as a season, like when we can see who gets as many points.
Yeah, who wins?
You get 1 point for the correct outcome and 3 points for the correct score.
That's a good idea.
There you go. Winner wins $100.
From who?
The business.
Oh, okay.
From the PayPal.
All right. Match 1, day 2.
Okay.
Big one, SSG versus Dark Zero.
SSG 7-3.
Okay, SSG 7-4.
Hot and cold revenge tour.
True. Next, TSM versus Beast Coast.
TSM
7-2.
Yeah,
7-2, 7-3.
7-2, 7-3. Yeah.
All right. Next, Disrupt versus Xset.
Disrupt 7-5.
I'm going with the upset underdog. Here we go. Xset, first game of the season. They're coming in hot. They got a new coach. They got Jarvis, the other guy.
They're bringing out the razor.
They're bringing out the razor. They win in OT.
Peaky Blinders.
They win in double OT.
Double OT?
Double OT. Xset starts the season 1-0. And then to close it out, week 1, Oxygen versus Mirage.
You'd think if we were thinking that Mirage would be understandably weaker without hot and cold, you'd probably like to see Oxygen close that out 7-4.
Yeah, 7-3, 7-4. Yeah. There you go.
Watch us be wrong completely.
On every single one.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think there's some good games. I think the games to watch there, I think SSG, Soniqs is a big game.
Yeah, that's definitely game of the day, I think, is us versus SSG.
And I think, honestly, a big one to watch as well, I think, is Dark Zero Mirage, because obviously both, one losing their star player and one making massive changes. Yeah. If, that's going to really see.
There's a world in which if Dark Zero loses to Mirage, they start the week 0-2, because they then play SSG next.
Yes.
That's a scary world to live in.
That's a must-win game for DZ.
Mm-hmm. That first game, yeah.
I think it's going to be exciting. To be fair, you could say it's a must-win game for both teams.
True.
Because both teams, Mirage finished third, and we can't forget that. And obviously, the hot and cold was their star player, but it's not a one-man team. Mm-hmm. So, the other 4 players from Mirage, Quartz, from what I've heard, is a very good player. Maybe they're just as good.
Yeah. I'm just looking forward to June 30th, and that's when we play Dark Zero. I'm looking forward to that day.
You just want to beat Dark Zero once.
I just want to beat them once so they can stop saying every time in our mentions, well, when was the last time you guys beat us?
Just do what I do. I send Zach pictures of my accolades.
True. I mean, yeah, I did hit him with, I think my favorite comeback to them on Twitter was, they said we had never beaten them in anything, and then I replied, I was like, and yet somehow we still have more trophies than you do. So.
Well, I mean, I heard from an inside source at Dark Zero that they turn their trophy cabinet into a streamer booth. That's why they stick Lonnie Lightning when he turns up, because they didn't need it.
Huh.
So there you go.
That's a good tip. That's yeah. We need some private investigator to go check that out.
We got our sources.
We have our inside scoop.
Where else we got to go? We got our predictions. I feel like our predictions will be pretty good, but then again, upsets happened last season. We had Beast Coast beating TSM in day 1. So.
Yeah, there's always going to be some upset. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do our before week 1 predictions of the final standings.
Oh, the final standings. Okay. Who wins the stage? That's so tough. I don't think we win stage. I think we finished top 3, but I don't think we won.
Okay, you don't need my validation.
All right, I'm just gonna send this. The stage winner is Oxygen again.
Okay.
The Oxygen continues domination. SSG comes in second. They win over match or round differential against us, so we finished third from round differential. Fourth place, TSM. 5th is Dark Zero. Who am I missing? 5th. Disrupt is 5th, 6th.
So you're putting DZ ahead of Disrupt?
Yep.
Okay.
7th is Mirage.
Okay.
Nah, Xset. And then it's Mirage Beast Coast.
All right. It's really tough.
It's so hard. Like those top 4 could be.
I think top 6 could be.
Top 6 could be anybody really. Yeah.
Or even top 7. I think first place. That's so hard.
I know.
I want to say TSM. I really
do. You think so?
I
don't know, man.
The reason I'm not saying TSM though, because if the Geo thing is true and they don't have Geo, is that going to be a big hit on them?
Yeah.
TSM were the best performing team at SI from North America.
Mm-hmm.
God, who's going to win it?
Oxygen.
Soniqs.
All right, let's go, baby.
Soniqs are going to... we're going to get taken to Oregon every week. And we're just going to win the whole thing.
Right.
No, I think... all right, and I'm going to stick... I'm just going to say my boys are going to win because I want my boys to win. Soniqs first. Oxygen. TSM. SSG. Disrupt.
DZ. You have to say DZ. There's no way. You have Beast Coast, Mirage, Dark Zero, X-Set remaining. Yep. It's not that hard.
I'm just trying to think if X-Set can outpace, because X-Set beat Dark Zero last season.
I didn't think of that. That is true. X-Set, I'm telling you, man, underdog story. They edge out Dark Zero. Here it is. The final week, Dark Zero plays X-Set, the last game of the season. That's the deciding place right there. X-Set wins it in overtime.
No, I'm gonna go Dark Zero.
Oh, okay.
Because they've still got the core of Eclipse, NJR, and Hyper. That could be enough to get them through. And obviously, you'd think that their IGLing would be on point if BC is coming back. And then if the new kid's shit hot. I mean, I could see Dark Zero finishing like second as well. I mean, it just depends how good this new roster is. No, we'll put DZ, X-Set. No, DZ.
Bruh.
Mirage, X-Set. No. X-Set, Mirage, Beast Coast.
Are you sure that's what you want?
Yes. Locking it in.
You're locking it in. All right.
I'll change it week 2 after we see the matches.
All right, that's really it. I mean, what else is there to cover?
There's no Rocket League to speak about right now.
No Rocket League. Do we even want to talk about Valorant right now?
No.
No. Okay. No Valorant.
No, our Valorant team's gonna win VCT.
VTC. We're going to Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We beat Sentinels in the grand finals.
We beat Sentinels
on
18
Icebox.
times in a row in scrims.
Did we?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say. I was like, I would have seen that on Reddit if that was the case.
I don't think so. No, the Valorant team is working hard. You know, we're trying a lot of new things in these tournaments, so we'll see. So I'm hoping for a good performance in VCT. Obviously, the big news going on in my world right now is the European Championships on.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're having a kid.
Yeah. I'm married to the esports, Luke.
Fair enough.
And esports can't have babies. Okay. No, European Championship, go England.
I don't know what that means, but go England.
I'd say it doesn't matter as long as you're supporting England. You're just going to hear me scream.
America.
America aren't part of it.
I was going to say,
yeah. Unlucky. You like Trimsy naming countries. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all we've really got to talk about this week. A lot of Rainbow Six, obviously, because it's coming out. We'll probably be speaking more PUBG next week because...
PCS deal.
Yep. Well, by the time the next time we record both, we would have played... next podcast is going to be spicy.
We got a lot of that. We got a lot of to unpack, especially if Dark Zero goes 0-2 on week 1.
Or 2-0.
We could have a whole independent podcast just on that. Yeah.
Nah. I'm gonna like I've said what I need to say there. My worries on that. I don't think they need repeating. I just think it's a clinical, not clinical, a crucial part. Like I said, a crucial season for them. Because like I say, if they have to end up having to do a full roster rebuild, those things those things can take time.
Yeah, they don't always they don't always work as well as they work for us. I guess. So.
Well, they didn't always work well. It's not like we made a few roster.
Man, we've made quite a few roster changes throughout the years.
We'll end off on some trivia for Luke because he's been here for long. Who was our first Rainbow Six roster?
Okay, this is easy. It was Goddess, Neptunes, Super, Ghost, and...
Oh, he's forgetting about Big John.
Oh, Big John, yeah. What's his name? I know exactly who he looks like.
You said he looked like that person from Twilight.
What? I never said that.
Didn't you?
No. Neptunes.
Tweet.
Oh, Avian. There you go.
Okay, and what was
Easy.
the first roster move we made?
Was it Ghost?
Tell me.
Who did we replace him with though? Avian and Ghost went first on that roster.
4.
Gonfi and Slevin?
Correct.
Okay, big stonks. And then it was Lauren for Easily on top of it's just Lauren for Easily. No. Iconic. We brought in the 2 Europeans for Avian and Ghost.
Yeah.
Was that the same time we changed? No, it stayed like that. It stayed like that. Yep. And then it was Easily for Lauren. Iconic for what?
Iconic and J9.
J9.
Iconic replaced Nep.
There's so many dumb moves around there.
Iconic replaced Nep.
Yeah.
And then J9
Nep, yeah.
and J9 and
For
Lags
the Europeans.
came in because we didn't have the
visas done.
The visas done.
Oh right, and then Slevin and Gunny went back in.
Yeah.
And then we cut everybody.
And
Super's dad came in and said we can't have this.
Yeah.
And now it's the XC United boys.
The crazy bunch.
Yeah.
There it is. I'm surprised you did so terribly at that.
That was pretty good until we get to the.
Seeing as you did all the announcements.
Yeah, true. But just getting the order right. Like I know all the players who've played for us. Just getting their order right is not easy.
Which player has been the same throughout? So what you got to remember is what was the name of the first team we picked up?
Oh, Elephant Game.
There you go.
Hey.
So Super is the only remaining member.
There he is.
He is the constant.
Yep. We patiently wait the day in which we can finally drop him.
You patiently wait the day.
I love Super.
You two had a nice little phone call before. Luke has like 1 million farewell Super videos.
Just queued
Never
up,
happened.
ready to go, baby.
No, Super stays. You two have the funniest. Funny.
We have a unique relationship.
Yeah. What was he saying on his stream? Who's that guy?
Oh, yeah, dude. Hey, Super's not gonna stream this podcast.
Yeah.
The last time he streamed our podcast, he put his webcam over top of me, so he didn't even see me for the entire podcast.
This idiot on the right.
Thanks, Seth. Appreciate that.
All right. Well,
all right. I guess we should close her out there.
We should. So we should thank our sponsor.
Thank you, ViewSonic, for sponsoring us.
It never really quite occurred to me that it's ViewSonic and the Soniqs.
That is quite except they spell it the proper way, unlike us.
Yes.
Or I would just throw a Q in there just to mess everyone
It's
up.
a very British way of spelling.
Susquehanna is still hard enough to pronounce and spell. We're just going to make Soniqs.
You know, British people like throwing extra letters into words.
Yeah, like color and...
Go on. Thought. Do you guys spell thought the same here?
There's a U in thought.
UGHT.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Color is a weird one to me. There's a couple other ones. Organization with an S. Like, what is that? Anyway. Thanks for watching.
You guys are sucked at Scrabble. So you just start spelling everything with a Z.
True.
Or a Z, as you guys call it.
Drop a sub. Drop a comment.
Yeah.
Comment below your predictions for week 1 of R6 NAL. Does Dark Story go 2-0? Do they go 0-2? Do they go 1-1?
Does hot and cold blow hot or cold?
Yep. Let us know. Leave a comment. Next episode, we'll read we'll read a couple comments out on air. So
if there is any,
it might just be vacant down there. It might just be me. If you leave a funny comment, we'll read it out and we'll laugh and give you some clout. But thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Yep. Good night.
Cue the outro music. Yeah. Yep.
Where's my check? Let's get on with episode 4 of the Soniqs Podcast. Cameraman, get in your seat. Come on, you're late. I've been sitting here for 3 hours. Look at them. Are we still recording? Yeah. Jesus. We have got to be the best produced show in the world. Look, we're literally